what's up everybody? Welcome to Car Question. Matt is sitting in the Subaru Crosstrek. It's been revised this year and finally Subaru has listened to a lot of you people. They wanted more power in their Crosstrek. They don't want the 2.0 liter, they wanted the 2.5 or even a turbo version. Well, Subaru decided that it's going to be the 2.5 that you can find in some other model, but they've added an outdoor version to the Crosstrek also, which is kind of looking great. When you look at that, you can see that unique plasma yellow pearl color. This is the kind of color that will change depending if you're right under the sun or if there's cloud outside or when it's going to get dark. You're going to see that color completely change. You've got some nice wheel, a revised front end, which is not bad. I kind of like the difference between that color and the plastic edition. On the side, the same thing, but look at those nice black wheel that they've added. And when you get to the rear, you've got those dark badge. You've got the same ground clearance as you have in a Forester or in an Outback. They should have did a little bit more though, since it was the outdoor version. But still, front view camera also, that's what I like. And when you get to the interior, you've got minimum change though. But when you look at those seats, they're really comfortable. That's a big plus. You've got the stitching right there and you've got the color contrast with your unique paint color. Once you look inside, I don't dislike it. I kind of like it. And you've got some addition to the multimedia system that is way faster than it used to be. So it's only an upgrade. Subaru told me that they're available. So if you think that your multimedia system is kind of buggy and laggy, go check out with your dealer. They can apply some updates on that. So yellow stitching, the place in the rear are real fine. It's comfortable. And when you get to storage, once you open the trunk, if your expedition is ending really late, you're going to like the light that they've added so you can see when you're going to put your stuff inside. The engine, well, you've got still the 2.0, which is available at 152 horsepower, 145 pound-foot of torque. So those numbers are not really impressive. And finally, you can get the 2.5, 182 horsepower, 176 pound-foot of torque. It was about time for more power. And you've got the revised CVT also. They changed the ratio and it's specially adapted to the 2.5 liter engine, but it's not a complete redesign. At least that's what they told me. You've got a dual function X mode. So they finally added it in the outdoor version, inspired from the Forester, the Outback. And if you need some extra wheel slip to get out of the mud or get out of the sand, well, you just press twice on the button and you're going to be able to send it. It's the same algorithm, the same power, the 60-40 repartition that we are used to with Subaru. But when we took the Crosstrek out with those little bump, which is kind of simulating a diagonal test, we were kind of impressed on how reactive it was. So I presume Subaru did something a little bit more than what they are telling us to make sure that they are still in the game with that all-wheel drive system and our famous test though. But we're going to test that later on our diagonal test hill and our rollers. Don't worry guys, it's going to be soon. So all-wheel drive power is really useful when there's going to be a snowstorm or simply when you're just adventuring out of the beaten path. But once you get back on the road, that new coil spring, the suspension has been revised and it's really smooth. I love the comfort. I love the smoothness. I love now the new acceleration with the new engine. So all those changes make it even a better choice. So Subaru is still there in the game with that compact SUV or crossover, call it whatever you want. Acceleration, we did it, 2 peoples on board. Big one, a lot of stock, so it's kind of fast for this class. Security, you've got that EyeSight system, yes, but finally someone did something useful. You know those ghost car in the night when you roll and the next thing you see somebody without their lights? Well, Subaru Crosstrek will simply place the automatic headlight button as soon as you start it up. Unless you put it yourself to the off setting, it's gonna be open during the night. You don't need to touch nothing. So finally my aunt is going to be okay without forgetting those lights. Let's talk about fuel consumption. 8.5 on the highway, 7 liter into town. That's for the 2.0 liter. But guess what? With the 2.5, 8.8 just a little bit more. And the same thing on the highway, 7 liter by 100, which is really not bad. Let's talk about price. A base Crosstrek manual, yes, because they still got the manual, it's gonna be just a little short of $24,000. And if you want the outdoor version that we are driving, this is the version that I recommend to you now that I've tried it, a little bit under 30K at $29,995. So the minus points, they're kind of forgetting the Subaru Impreza. What's happening with that car with so many goodies in the Crosstrek? I don't know. But still, the manual is not available with the 2.5 liter engine. That kind of make me sad because I would have loved to get more power and more fun in the snow with that Crosstrek. You've got that famous SE drive system that I don't really like. I don't really feel a change. They need to do something with that, make it more aggressive or simply remove it. And the next thing you know, there's a lot of buttons and it's kind of crowded in that cluster. You've got also the acceleration. They're kind of great from 0, but the next thing you know, if you want to pass a car, sometimes it's kind of shy. On the plus side though, great takeoff right there at the start line. You can feel the surge of power with the 2.5. It's less noisy also once you're gonna roll, when you're gonna start it into winter, when it's cold out there. The 2.0 is kind of real noisy. I know when my mother is leaving my house when she starts her famous Crosstrek 2.0. Still, you've got a ton of security feature, the EyeSight system, which is now standard with all Crosstrek model equipped with the CVT. You've got that front view camera, which is going to help you off-road, but it's not great with the quality though, but it's still useful once you're going to see where you are going. If you're off-road on those kind of hill, you're going to see down and you're going to know if you're going to scratch your wheels or not. You've got also the versatility of the Crosstrek, which is a big major point toward the competition. And if you like something more greener, next thing you know, there's a PHEV version available. So Subaru has raised the game once again with its Crosstrek. I think it's even more versatile than ever. Once you're going to be on the road, it's comfortable, space inside. It's not the perfect machine to tow, but still it can carry a lot of cargo around. And once you get off-road, dual X mode feature, now you're gonna get far. What do you think about that? By the way, for the shootout, we're gonna do a special video about that. There was a lot of them. This video would have taken like 15 minutes. Still, feel free to tell me what you think in the section down there below. Do a thumbs up because you like Subaru or you like our video, and subscribe to the channel because we've got a lot of stuff about all-wheel drive, testing, diagonal tests, roller, name it. We love all-wheel drive system.